And so we're having one, it's unusual in this day and age, it seems, to have any bill go through Congress, or a major bill that's under 1,000 pages. And what this creates is ignorance. In other words, if we have any bill over 1,000 pages, our representatives are going to be ignorant as to what's in it because it's impossible to study it over and know everything that's in it. Therefore, really, we should have some type of rule or law that there should be no bill ever passed that is more than a couple hundred pages. If we can't put what our guys are voting in a bill that's a couple hundred pages or less, then we shouldn't even have it. So ignorance is a big problem in the fact that oftentimes these guys don't know what they're voting on. And oftentimes there's been times where people have looked at bills that have passed that are what we call very bad law, and then they've been traced back to the people that have voted on it and got it into law, and they don't even remember if they voted on it or not. They don't remember a thing about it. That's because when it was passed, the ingredients in the law that they passed was just not even in their mind because they were ignorant of what was in the bill. And so this sublime ignorance has to be bypassed somehow. This is a problem that has to be corrected. Another big thing, and this is number 6, is party leaders. As I said, when people come into Congress, for about maybe a couple weeks after being initiated into the system, they're thinking of the folks back home and being that new type of representative that everybody back home has been wanting for like 100 years now. But then after they get there, they start blending in, and then the party leaders start putting pressure upon them. The party leader will come to him. This happens in both parties. The party leader will come to him and they'll ask him, well, how are you going to vote on this upcoming bill? And he says, well, I'm thinking of voting yes. And he says, well, we need you to vote no. And so they start applying strong pressure on him. And if he says no, well, I'm going to vote my own way, well, additional pressure may be applied. Like he may be threatened with lack of funding for his next campaign. They might tell him, look, if you want to be in office more than one term, you've got to learn how to play ball here. You know, if you play ball, you can get plenty of funding for your next election. If you don't play ball, well, you're not going to have the funds to get reelected, and we're going to wind up getting somebody else that will come in here and vote the party line. And because of this tremendous pressure from party leaders, we will often have a polarizing vote where 100% of the Democrats will vote their way and 100% of the Republicans will vote their way. Now, every once in a blue moon, majority of people are happy that 100% of one party voted a certain way, so there are exceptions to this, but oftentimes when you get a block vote like this, it's because of tremendous pressure being applied by party leaders. Now, when party leaders put a tremendous amount of pressure on a person to vote according to what the party leaders want, is that representing the majority of the people? No, it's not representing them at all, is it? And so this is a situation that needs corrected. The seventh thing is prejudice. We don't know for sure all the prejudices of a person that we elect to office, but everybody has them. So he comes into office, we think the guy that we sent in is really going to represent us, that he thinks just like we do. And then after he votes a few times, we find out, no, he doesn't think the way we do at all, and he voted for this particular bill because, not because of party leaders, not because of ignorance, he understands it completely, but he just has a strong prejudice to vote this certain way. This is really according to his belief system. His belief system may be relegated by religion is a very powerful one, by maybe something he learned in school, just something ingrained in him strongly. But when he votes his prejudice, he is not representing the will of the people. Now, in this series that I'm going to give, we're going to be talking about the solution to this. How it is that we're going to show an actual plan that will turn the power back to the people, so the majority will of the people will be represented. So we'll look forward to presenting that to you in coming weeks, and I think you'll find it enlightening, and the best part, it offers actually some hope that we can actually make some positive changes in the future. Thank you. Did I